The UPS plane that crashed tragically last night was an MD-11. We don't hear a lot about MD-11s, but it stood out to me because my husband flew that aircraft for 6 years.
Hey, what up, people? First and foremost, I want to come on here and I want to extend my deepest condolences to the friends, the family, the loved ones, co-workers of everybody that was deeply affected or lost someone yesterday at the UPS facility out in Kentucky.
Just this year alone, we've had a number of plane crashes, and it's been a heartbreaking experience so far. And just some days ago, a UPS cargo plane crashed just moments after takeoff from Louisville, Kentucky, and this plane went down just less than a minute after it took off. It caused a massive explosion and fire in a nearby industrial area, and sadly enough, all three crew members on board lost their lives, along with several people on the ground. Investigators have already recovered the black box as they try to figure out what went wrong with this flight that started out as a normal cargo run to Honolulu. So guys, welcome to today's video. If you're new to this space, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and let us get right into the video.
The UPS plane that crashed tragically last night was an MD-11. We don't hear a lot about MD-11s, but it stood out to me because my husband flew that aircraft for 6 years. And here's something that I know about that. He would always tell me that it had a high crash percentage. That may not have been the terminology that he used, but that's ultimately what he was saying. So only 200 of these planes were ever manufactured, and 11 of those planes, or about 5% of them, have been crashed to the extent that they are a full loss. Imagine if we applied those statistics to any other fleet out there. Like, let's just hypothetically use Southwest Airlines. I think they have about 800-ish 737s that they have active. Imagine if 5% of those, or about 40 planes, had crashed and ended in fatalities and total losses. Like, what do you think would be happening? The public would be in an uproar, rightfully so. Regulators would be grounding the plane and taking a look at things. But I think because this MD-11 plane is used primarily in the cargo world, it's not as visible to the public eye. And so for whatever reason, it doesn't remain a top priority. But they should be looking at this aircraft type and making some decisions on whether or not these are safe to be flying.
Hey, what up, people? First and foremost, I want to come on here and I want to extend my deepest condolences to the friends, the family, the loved ones, co-workers of everybody that was deeply affected or lost someone yesterday at the UPS facility out in Kentucky due to that plane crash. If you have not seen it, it was one of the most horrific things that have probably taken place in a very long time, where the plane had crashed at the facility, causing a huge explosion. To my understanding, there was 280,000 gallons worth of fuel on that plane, and it crashed. So far they found 9 people that have passed away. And, my heart really goes out to the families and everybody around them that are affected. One thing I really want to highlight is, with everything that's going on in our economy, in our world, that we're supposed to be getting ready for the holidays or Thanksgiving, Christmas. But so far, the 9 individuals that have passed away from that tragic event, I want everyone that watches this to realize that their families change just like that. The family dynamic, the family get-togethers change just like that. And why is that important in the current field that I'm in right now? Is because in the life insurance field, or the insurance industry, I'm going to mainly focus on life insurance. Life can change into death just like that. And if you needed any other proof, that was the exact proof right there. Those 9 individuals were going about their day, working, probably didn't even think of the thought of what is going to happen or passing away. Probably was thinking about what they're going to put on the dinner table, what are they going to wear, to an event, whatever. They had all different thoughts possibly, right? They probably were not thinking about death. And that's the thing that I stress to my prospects or clients, and I let everyone know that I know we don't like to talk about it, but death is life. It is part of life, actually. It's going to happen. And an accident might happen. It might occur. But we all have an expiration date. And so this is why I really hone in on telling my, clients, hey, get yourself protected. And not only just get yourself protected adequately, especially if it's within your budget. So today, this isn't a pitch or anything for life insurance, but it's just a reminder just to say, listen, death is very real and it's part of life. So therefore, you should do everything in your power to protect your precious life. That's my message. Y'all be blessed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace and love.
I will never understand the concept of being overly insensitive in serious situations, especially when people have lost their lives just for the sake of getting clicks and views and then a couple laughs here and there. If you're from Louisville, Kentucky, then obviously you know about the plane crash that happened yesterday. Even if you're not from here, some of the surrounding cities and states already knew about it, but then it also made international news, so a lot of people know about it. The last time I checked, the death toll was earlier this morning, and it said the death toll had raised to 9. I believe 11 people were still injured, and there were 16 people unaccounted for. What gets me is the fact that there are some people that wasted absolutely no time cracking jokes about it or trying to find humor in the situation. People are dead. There's literally nothing to laugh at in this situation. There's not. And I'm sure y'all wouldn't be joking and making party flyers and trying to find stuff to laugh about if it was your friends or family that, died or their location was unaccounted for afterwards. And that's the thing. It shouldn't take you being personally affected by a situation for you to understand the severity of it. That is a very, very sad way of living. And I don't want to hear nothing about, it's the internet. That's how it works. This is the internet for you. Is that supposed to make it okay? There's absolutely nothing that you're going to say that's going to excuse or explain why there would be cause for finding humor in situations like this. I feel like when you see people trying to find the humor in serious situations, you have to hold them accountable. Otherwise, it's going to keep going and people are going to keep using excuses like it's the internet or it's not that deep. Yes, it is that deep. People are dead. There are families right now currently mourning the loss of their loved ones and praying for the ones that were injured, and you're somewhere trying to find the humor in a situation like that. I don't care how you spin it, how you change the story, how you try to explain it. There's nothing that makes it okay. Before I end this video, I do want to say rest in peace to the 9 people that have lost their lives so far. My condolences go out to their families. I'm praying for you. I'm so sorry for your loss. Nobody should have to experience anything like this. I can't even imagine. My prayers also go out to the ones that are still with us but are injured. I don't care if they're life-threatening injuries. An injury is an injury. I'm praying for you, and I'm sorry you had to deal with something like that. For the friends and family of the 16 people that are still unaccounted for, I'm praying for you as well. And I'm so sorry that you have to sit back and wonder where they are, if they're okay. I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for them. And again, for the people that are trying to find humor in this situation, seek help, do better. God bless you.
Do you guys know that there was a UPS cargo plane crash in Louisville, Kentucky yesterday? It sounds like it was carrying fuel for Hawaii, but it crashed into like a local business, engulfed 2 nearby businesses, including a petroleum recycling company. And I guess the blaze was huge because of all the fuel they had on board. At least 9 people, including the crew members, passed away. 11 other people were injured. And I hate to be like this, but even the reporting is strange. Unverified footage of the incident shows the plane was already engulfed in flames, and it sounds like it was just on the runway and veered off. So this plane that was already on fire before even taking off the runway just ran off and ran into almost directly this petroleum business. They're also saying the zone is so large that they don't really even know where to look for people. I feel like this should be massive news, and I just heard about it from some random guy whose video just came up on my feed. He's like, yesterday this happened. I'm like, maybe it's probably just like a small plane, probably like a individual pilot. No, it's a UPS run plane. This might be dumb, but the first thing it made me think, like, I get it that you're transporting stuff to Hawaii and you have to travel over the ocean at some point. Why would you be putting that much fuel in a plane like that and not transporting it in another way by rail or some other method and then flying it to the island? Why would you fly all of that over the entire nation? Does that happen all the time? It's just more odd that no one talked about it. Wouldn't that have been everywhere? Maybe I'm weird. I don't know.
That guy right there really needs to go for some kind of therapy, because who stays so close to where a plane crash happened and you expect that person to be normal again? I don't think that is possible. This guy is going to have some kind of PTSD, that whenever he remembers this image, trust me, I don't think he's going to be himself again. That image is all over the internet. And of course, after this whole thing happened, UPS released a statement, and they also released the names of the pilots that were on board. And this clip right here shows the 3 crew members that were on board that plane. And guys, these guys started their life like on that day nothing was going to happen, just like every other normal human, doing their day's job, carrying on with their daily activity, and just within seconds they lost their lives. And the most painful part of it is that this plane crash landed into an industrial area that has taken the lives of additional over 9 people. So in total, I think over 12 people have lost their lives just because of this plane crash. Even a baby, a child, is among those that died. This is so sad. And to think that people are actually making joke from this, for crying out loud, lives were lost. You see those packages, whatever item you have on that cargo plane, they can be replaced. But the lives of these ones that are gone, you can't get those lives back. So you know what's really disturbing about this whole situation is the fact that people are actually joking about the crash, like a plane went down, lives were lost, families are grieving, and somehow social media turns it into meme material. It's wild how desensitized people have become. Instead of empathy, we get jokes and comments like, "Hope my package survived," or "So that's why my delivery is late." That's crazy. And honestly, it says a lot about how we view humanity now. We are so used to instant gratification and fast delivery that when tragedy hits, people are more worried about their Amazon or UPS tracking number than the human beings behind those deliveries. Let's not forget these pilots and crew wearing just names in a report. They had families, routines, probably plans after that flight. So yeah, the packages will get replaced, but those lives won't. Maybe it's time we remember that behind every delayed shipment is an actual person doing a dangerous job to make sure our worlds keep moving. So this is so sad. The video of where the plane crash landed, there was this dash cam, very heartbreaking. Like that plane was a very big one, very big one. So imagine people on ground doing their daily activities, somebody that's just maybe making phone calls to family members or friends, or someone right there in the restroom, and the next thing is a very loud boom sound. And for some people, that was their last. I can only imagine what the pilot did to make sure that that flight did not crash land into that busy area. At the end of the day, tragedies like this should remind us to slow down a bit, to actually care. It's easy to refresh a tracking page and forget there are people making all of this happen behind the scenes. Those pilots, those workers, they are the backbone of what we take for granted every day. So instead of turning pain into punchlines, maybe let's try empathy for once. It's so sad. There's no empathy in the world of today. And social media has so much exposed these things. People do not care about a fellow human being like them again. Like, what's the world turning into? There's no conscience, there's no empathy, there's no sympathy. Everything seems to be a joke right now. No. What if those pilots, one of those pilots is just can just be any of your family members? These are family members, these are friends, these are loved ones of human beings like you. So let's stop turning things into joke, because while packages can be replaced, people can't. So guys, those are my thoughts. Kindly drop yours in the comment section, and if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. Kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we are going to see in the next one. Goodbye and peace out.